Good afternoon, everyone. In today's class, we will see the continuation. So this is the previous program we have written. So do you prepare HTML? How many of you prepare HTML? So let us discuss some basics of HTML, okay, in today's class. So I'm creating one new folder. HTML. Okay. So let me open this. Inside this, I am creating a new text file. So let us change the name of this file to first. Just open this. Okay, this is my HTML file. See, what are the basic things every HTML file is having? So if you start from here itself, you will see a lot of tags. Okay, it is not appropriate to go all these step by step. Okay, we directly move to forms. Okay, whatever is required, we will discuss those. HTML form. Okay, let us start with the basic syntax. This is used to identify this is the HTML. Okay. This, what we will do is we can go through all the tags individually after the class. Okay. This is the basic things. HTML follows DOM model. Okay, DOM stands for document object model. Document object model. So, ఏంటి doc model అంటే? See, consider if you see HTML, you almost identify the structure of DOM. Okay, let me paste this here. See, from here itself, this is the first tag. It doesn't need any ending tag. Okay. Later we are starting HTML. Inside this HTML, we are writing head tag. Okay. Inside this head tag, we are writing title tag, right? So after that, we are writing body and closing the body. After that, we are closing the HTML. This tag denotes that this is the HTML page. So main content will be written inside this HTML page. Okay. So whatever you write within these starting and ending tag, it will be displayed on the screen. Okay. You may see JavaScript here most of the times. Okay. JavaScript you will see here itself after the CSS code or before the CSS code before or after HTML code. Even in between the HTML also you can see the JavaScript code. Okay. So it defines the header, okay, and body defines the actual body. Okay, title refers the title of this HTML page. Okay, so these are the common things you need to follow. Even if you didn't mention this also, no problem. This is enough. HTML starting and HTML ending. Okay. Okay, I wrote this right. So let me add. I already added right. The following word uses a bold. This is the bold tag. Okay. B stands for bold. P stands for paragraph. Okay. If I mention P here, all the data which is enclosed within the tag is displayed as a paragraph. Okay. It is very easy to learn these tags. Okay. No complexity will be there. Let me save this first. Now click on save as. I want to change the format. As of now, this is text file, right? So they should not be text file. We will convert this text file into HTML file. So how to change that? Let the name is first, and I'm changing here. See, first dot HTML. Okay, extension is HTML. This is not the text format. Identify as all files. Okay, save. Now you will see the file type is changed. See, Chrome HTML document. So this is the text file, this is the HTML file. If I open this, it will be displayed on the browser. The following word uses a bold typeface. Okay, see the URL. This is localhost. Okay, localhost inside C drive users Naga OneDrive desktop HTML folder first.html. Okay, you can also save this file as HTML as a extension. Okay, you can save HTML file with the extension of .html or .htm. Okay, uh, I think you have seen already in yesterday's class. You will see the index welcome file is kada. So there you will see index.htm, index.html, index.jsp, right? So you can have the two extensions for the HTML page. Okay. So let us take HTML form. You need not to learn all these things, okay? But some basic tags needs to be known.
మనకి అదంతా అవసరం లేదక్క నాకు జస్ట్ కాలేజ్ మేము ఉంటే చాలు నేమ్స్ కూడా వస్తుంది
If you right click on this and view page source, you will see the actual code. Okay, so doc type HTML bold text example. The following will uses bold text. Okay, you can inspect. So let us take simple login form. So you can also learn from HTML with W3 schools. Okay. Don't worry about all these things. Just to copy this. Okay, let us write on our own. I'm removing this. In order to create a form, there is a tag called form tag. Okay. Form, and you will see the corresponding closing tag. Form. If you are facing any problem with this text notepad, you can also use notepad plus plus. Notepad plus plus is somehow better than Notepad. So this is Notepad plus plus. Here you will get some suggestions. Okay. Like this, you will get form. Later you will start. Next, first you need to know what to be placed in the form. What kind of data you are interested to place there. Let us open Paint. First, let me know how many of you already know this. Please reply. Okay, if you didn't reply, I cannot do anything. I will simply fast forward.
డేటా వస్తుంది కన్వర్ట్ చేసుకుంటాం ఎక్కువ పంపిస్తుంది అది ఎక్సెల్లోకి కన్వర్ట్ అవ్వట్లేదు ఎక్కువ ఉంది కదా అంత డిఫరెంట్
First, let us consider simple form.
అమ్మయ్య ఎక్సెల్లో వేసిన కదా
This is name. So this is password. Okay, and this is submit button. So this is the form. What's the form name? Student login. What? So student login form. Okay, we are going to design this form. Okay, so how to make this? First, you need to display this, right? This is the text. You can say it as a label. Okay, this is the text box for this corresponding label. So first, let us see how to implement it. Okay, first form tag. So it will create a form. Okay, so username colon. Okay, username colon. Next, how to create the text box? How to create the text box? See, this is the text box syntax. Okay, this is the text box syntax. You can write like this: input type is equals to text, name is username, this is required. Okay, if you mention required here, what it will do is it will mandatory you need to enter the value mandatory. Okay, it will force you to enter the value if you mention required here. Okay, so this is recording username. Okay, let me save this first. So let me open the browser. Let us see. See, I'm not designing anything here. I'm just trying to display the form. Next, user. For that, create one more time. First of all, label, password, input type is equals to, this is also text. Okay, name, this is not name. Okay, this is name, and this is PW. Okay, this is also required. From client side, it will force you to enter the name. Okay, you cannot skip the value. Save this and let's refresh here. See, it is displaying side by side, right? So let us use a break BR tag. Save this and let's run. Okay. Okay, now let us display the submit button. Okay, there is a tag called submit. There is a button called submit. Okay, use this. So what is the syntax? Button. The type is button, and you can give the name of the button. Okay, ఇక్కడ ఇచ్చే నేమ్ మనకి స్క్రీన్ మీద డిస్ప్లే అవుతుంది. ఓకే, విచ్ ఇస్ నథింగ్ బట్ సబ్మిట్ ఆర్ ఎల్స్ ఇది లాగిన్ అనుకుంటున్నాం కదా, లాగిన్. Close and save this and let's refresh. See, login. Okay, you cannot directly click the Nothing is happening, right? Mm. Okay, we will give the type of the password to password. Let's give it line break. Because of password, it is displaying like this. Get dot dot. If you didn't mention password, no problem, but the value will be displayed on the screen. Okay, like this. As of now, this is static form. Okay, we by clicking on the login, we are not saying anything where to go on and what to display. There is a tag called table tag. Okay, so which is nothing but table. Table. This is table. Closing of table. What I'm going to do is I will place this form inside this table. Okay. Okay. Now, first, you need to know how table tags works. This is the bot is the attribute. Okay, every tag is having some attributes. It will display justifies the tag. Okay, see, I created just table, right? I just created the table. Save this and let's see on the screen. Nothing is displayed, right? Because I didn't mention the border. Let me define this border. How to mention the border in the string, or okay, in the string format they're mentioning the border. Okay, right? Save this. Okay, so uh, after creating the table, you need to mention you need to create the rows and columns. Okay, for creating row there is a tag called tr. Tr stands for table row. Td stands for table data. Okay, this will create one row. This will create another row. Okay, these are nothing but columns. We can consider it as. Okay, so here we are not required any rows and columns. We need only single row. Okay, single row, single column. Okay, ఇప్పుడు మనం ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేయబోతున్నామంటే we want to place the this form into this table. Okay, how many rows and columns is this table having? One row and one column. Okay, one row, one column. So that is what we need to do. Okay, so that after that I'm creating tr. I think table is displaying separately. now you can see. Let's place this table in the center, or to some extent give some space between the left screen. Okay. Let me try this. Center. All these are came center, right? Let us place this table center. Okay. You can also mention the size of the table. Okay, length and width. Uh, Height. You need to learn something. Okay, you can mention height in pixel format, in number means percentage. Okay. Okay, you need to mention here, right? This is the student login form. Okay. There are a lot of tags which can exactly mention here. Okay. Here you will see that, but I didn't remember that tag, so I will just print here. Okay. Student login form. Okay. I will display this in big font. Okay, it is printed above the student form. Okay, suppose it's fine. Okay, this is table, right? So that's why I didn't print inside. If I mention this code inside here, it will display. Okay. You can also mention the color. Color. Here you can mention colors in different formats by using color code, by mentioning the name of the color. Okay. I think it is not reflected, right? Okay, let it be. We are not interested to design the page. It is beautiful effects as of now. Okay, our simple login form is created, right? Now, this is the name, right? Why we are having this name? So by using this name, we can identify this parameter at the server side. Okay, so we will use this name and this name. Okay, this is the value. Based on this value, we will get the whatever the value the client entered in the input. Okay, up to this clear, everyone? Okay. See, this is simple form. You can also add navigation bar, side panels, left side panel, right side panel, footer, header. Okay. You can also use carousel, which displays the images randomly, right? You will see most of the websites are displaying images with the slideshows, right? So that is nothing but carousel. You can also implement all those things. Okay. Mostly, I think we don't have sufficient time to discuss all those things, but I will help you if you require how to do all those things. Okay, see, this is simple HTML form. Okay, so now our form is ready. So let us This is static page, right? If you want to execute this page, you need to go to the folder wherever you write. You can just double click on this. So it will be executed on the browser and corresponding data will be displayed like this. So, so this is static page, right? So let us open Eclipse. Our project is Servlet Pros 1, right? Okay, where you are going to add the HTML files. Okay, so inside this web content, refresh this. Click on new, click on HTML file, and similarly change the name of the file here. Okay, here I take it as first.html, right? So let us change that. Login.html. Okay, click on finish. Okay, now paste the code here. Okay, so let us remove the extra things. Okay, up to body. Okay, remaining is already available here. Okay, save this. Click on refresh. Let's run the server. See, so our form is displayed, right? So let us copy this URL or else let us type here. What is the URL? http://localhost : this is the port number 8080, but it is not the port number exactly. It is 80890, right? So let us okay, let it be. We will see whether it will display the page or not. Next, application name. Servlet ROS1. This is the application. Okay. So let us. So we are entering the application. So it is displaying like this. I think the URL is not correct. : // Okay. http : localhost : 8090 slash servlet ROS1 slash. This is the application. Okay. So there is nothing to display. Okay. So that let us enter the login.html. See, our page is being displayed, right? So inside this application, you are able to find this login.html. If you make any changes in this URL other than this, you will get the error. Okay. So whenever I try to click on login, this data must be transferred to the server side, right? Must be sent to the server, so that we need to process the data and we will display the home screen or whatever the page we are interested to display to the client, right? So what about index.html? Index.html is not available, right? So it is available inside WebInf, right? So let me copy this and paste this inside. Okay, now let us see this. This is my first web application. See, what is the difference? If it is available inside WebInf, server is unable to identify the resource. Okay, if it is available inside the web content, it is directly accessing the resource. See the difference? Let me restart this application, okay, or refresh this. Now I'm removing this login.html. Okay. So this is the home page whenever you run the application, okay, or start call this URL. Okay, let me see this. I'm taking a new thing, new page. Control V, enter. This is the default page which will be displayed whenever you request this application. Okay, here you will display the home page or login page, whatever you are interested to display. Okay. See, this is the home page, right? This is the home page, w3schools.com. So we can display this kind of pages at this place. Okay. Later you can ask the user to log in. Like this, see, here you will having, we are having login button. You can also make this login button. If you click on this login button, then you will get the login form. This is also a form. Okay. And you see, enter your email address. You can also make that here. I hope this will work. Instead of index, we will call enter valid username, enter valid password. Okay. So our HTML page is ready, right? Then we need to pass this data to what? To the servlet, right? Uh, why servlet? Because servlet is the only one who can accept the request and who can generate the response and will be sent to the client. In yesterday we didn't discuss about web.xml file. Web.xml. This is the main configuration file. See, uh, how many technologies we are using here? We are using HTML, we are using JavaScript, we are using CSS. Okay, internally it will be working. Next Java, next servlets, and later we will see database also, right? So see how these different technologies will able to communicate. We need some medium, right? HTML ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ సర్వ్లెట్కి తెలియాలన్నా సర్వ్లెట్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ HTMLకి తెలియాలన్నా అలాగే డేటాబేస్ రిలేటెడ్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మన అప్లికేషన్కి తెలియాలన్నా యూ నీడ్ టు హ్యావ్ సమ్ మీడియేషన్, రైట్? సో వాట్ ఈస్ వాట్, హౌ టు కాన్ఫిగర్, సో దట్ కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ విల్ బి అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ ద web.xml. Okay. First of all, if a servlet needs to serve the request, first it must be registered. Okay, first it must be registered. Where you can register? Okay, you can register in the web.xml. Okay, here just stop the server. Here you can what register here. How can you register a servlet? Let us see how to register a servlet. See here how to register a servlet in web.xml. What does it mean? Say we are not having a single servlet in the application. You will see 100 number of servlets. So in order to make it, in order to use that servlet in our application, first you need to mention, okay, so this is a servlet I am using for so and so purpose. Okay, this is the tag. This is the servlet tag, and this is the servlet mapping. You can configure by using web.xml as well as annotations, uh, both ways, both annotations and web.xml. Web.xml is a conventional way. This is servlet tag, right? Let us open Eclipse. After this welcome file list, we will start writing. We will start registering servlet. Okay, servlet. You will see the suggestions here. Servlet. Okay. Next, servlet name. Servlet name. See here, we need to mention a name to the servlet. Let me just log in. Next is servlet hyphen class. I will explain why we need to write these things. See, what is our servlet class here? First is servlet, right? So I will change this first servlet to login servlet or login. Okay, login. I'm saving this. Okay, now mention the class name. That class name is first servlet. First Okay, what is this login? Name which I have given to this servlet. Uh, where I can find this login in the, for this servlet class I am giving this name. Okay, you need not to worry about this name, you need to worry about this. Here I mapped. Okay, so I have a servlet class. You can identify this servlet class by using this name. Okay, now next you need to map, right? Servlet mapping. I think this is URL pattern. Servlet name URL pattern. Servlet hyphen a name, and then URL. If you didn't remember this, see, if you didn't remember the tags, you can just mention the starting 1 to 3 letters and click on control plus space. Okay, it will give the suggestions. Okay, URL pattern. So what is the URL? Okay, first of all, what is the servlet name? It is login. Okay, so see, this servlet name and this servlet name both are same. Okay, now what is the URL? uh, ఏ యూఆర్ఎల్ని టైప్ చేస్తే ఈ సర్వ్లెట్ని కాల్ చేయాలి అని సింపుల్గా చెప్పేది ఈ మ్యాపింగ్. సి దిస్ ఈస్ మ్యాపింగ్. Which request must be mapped to which servlet? Okay. Now slash login. Okay, boss. Whenever the user enters this URL in the browser, you can just call this servlet. Okay, sir, what is this servlet? Sir, don't worry, sir. This is the servlet name which is given to the servlet class. Okay, so whenever you enter slash login, it will identify the login name and it will search for the class within the login name. Okay, after matching this login this name, it will call this class. Okay, whatever you write inside this class will be executed accordingly. Okay, so this is how can we register a servlet. Okay, uh, let us save this. Up to this clear, everyone? So I read these things right. Okay, let me run this. Run as program server. Next, finish. Why our server is stopped? వచ్చేసింది problem. This is the problem that you are going to face regularly. Okay, most of the times you may not see the reasons for this. ఈ ప్రాబ్లం రావడానికి చాలా రీజన్స్ ఉంటాయి. వెదర్ సర్వ్లెట్స్ ఏపీఐ కావచ్చు, సమ్ డూప్లికేట్ ఫైల్స్ విల్ బి జనరేటెడ్ ఇన్ ద Eclipse folder and in other folders. Okay, somehow what you can do here is you can just remove the server and add the new server. Okay, you cannot do anything other than this. Okay, so it is failing. Okay, it is trying to start but it is failing. A child container failed during start. Apache Catalina lifecycle exception. Click on servers, click on this. Let's remove this. See, server is started. But now I'm not running any application inside the server. Okay, so let's run. First stop this. Now let's add this application to the server. Run terminal server, Tomcat 9, click on finish. You will see the status here. Okay, is not responding. Do you want to terminate this server? Click on OK, cancel. Stop. I think it is not responding. Also. By reading the message, you will understand. See here. Fail. So let us remove this as of now. See here how to remove the server. Click on add-on remove. So it's not right. You can directly delete. Delete. See now let us start. Click on. Let us see. I have already 7 version. I hope. See here. Installation ikkada 8 ఉంది, but actually what we are looking for is 7, right? So go back and click on it. Next, click on next. Now select this. I think here we are facing compatibility issue. What he's saying is even servlets also having some versions. Okay, so Tomcat 7 is very older version, so it is only supporting servlets J2 1.2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 web forms. I think you can say that this is beyond, means after 6 modules, so that's why it is not accepting this. Okay, it is accepting this and this, but not pros 3 and pros 1 servlet pros. Okay, so cancel this and let's remove this. Let's add new Tomcat. First remove this. Here you can add external jumps. Okay, so now see the problems. The server cannot be started because one or more of the ports are invalid. What are the ports? Yesterday we discussed it, right, about ports. So those are the ports. Let us see. Uh, click on this and click on server. Okay, right click and click on properties. Double click on this. So see here, these are the ports. See, this is the proof that the default port number of Apache is 8080. If it is saying that a port number is already in use, so try to change the port numbers. Okay, mostly may not face. You need to save this file. This is also file, okay? See, star mark here. If you made any changes here, you need to save this file, okay? See here, it is star, right? I'm mentioning 0, still star, I'm saving this file. See, it is saved, okay, 8090. Now, let us still it is showing the server download. Let us download one more version, 8.5. Seven, eight. Downloading 64. My system is 64. That's why I'm downloading 64 bit. So let us extract this zip file simply on desktop. Watch it on at 8.5. Okay, so let us remove this. Delete. Here you can see the servlet API. Okay. Now servlet. Now it is 8.5. This is the main problem we will face with Tomcat. Lot of dependencies will be there, so that if one mistake is happen, it will do like this. See, leg module is related to. Actually, this option must be enabled. Now the server is started, but after this, any doubts? Anyone? This server doesn't support version 4. So the problem is with Tomcat version. Okay. Still the same problem. No, this is not the same problem. This is regarding port numbers. If you change the port numbers, then it will show you localhost is failed. When you are getting this error, Silokesh, if possible, put the screenshots in the WhatsApp group, okay, so that I can identify what the problem is. If you don't have any idea, then just copy this and search in Google. Okay. You will get some suggestions, not exact, but some suggestions. See how to learn something from the Google, okay, especially from Stack Overflow. In the real-time industry, most of the people will use Stack Overflow. Here you will get all the application development related questions. Okay, most of the times you will find the answers here. See here, if you see any tick mark like this, then this is the right answer, which is selected by most of the people. Okay, this is voting. Okay, this is upward and this is downward. If you do, means if something is not for you, some suggestion. See, 8 answers are there. This is the question someone asked. Okay, so this is one answer, another answer, another answer, another answer. Okay, so but most people identify this answer as appropriate. Okay, so that's why they give it is green tick. Okay, so the issue is with that Tomcat admin port was not defined. You need to have it an actual number as 9,000 rather than as hyphen. See, to some extent we are getting some understanding, right? So let us open this. Here we are seeing hyphen, right? See, port number. So let us change this 9,000 and save this, and let's run. Okay, see what it is asking. This file is changed but didn't save. Do you want to save? Yes, save. Okay, now the actual problem came into picture. This is localhost failed. You may see lot of answers for this question especially. You can search directly here. Localhost failed. What's the problem? Mostly I did all the things what they suggest here. I removed the jar files. I changed the external jars. Here we didn't find any appropriate answer. See? You can also post the questions like this. Okay. If you have any question, you can post. First, you need to create the account in the Stack Overflow. Uh, I have created already. Or else you can go to Google. These are debugging techniques. Okay, you need to know. He's saying that. So we are not going to discuss these issues right now. Okay, we may not understand if I do also. So this is for today's class. If you have any questions, please let me know so that I will answer. Or else we will see the continuation in Monday's session. Dilip, can you please provide the feedback form? Is it available?